Not the ideal spot for a gold colony on top of an old people's home. That's a pretty cool van. Ventnor Park. I'm not going to go in there at the moment. Going to head this way. Love these flea bane growing on the walls. The old quad bikes with their chemical sprayers were going up and down these pavements a couple of days ago, so hopefully they haven't sprayed the walls. Quite why they're spraying at all is baffling to most of us in Ventnor, but it's what Island Roads and Isle of Wight Council do. So I'm saving up currently for a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, I think they're called, which is a combines camera, gimbal and decent microphone setup. If anyone's used one of those, can they give me any feedback if they're any good? I'm very conscious that I bob up and down, and a lot of my footage is not very steady, and I'm hoping that setup will reduce the lumpiness and bumpiness of my videos. But I've looked at reviews on YouTube and they're all pretty positive, so let me know what you think. It's not cheap, but if you've used one, tell me how you rate it. Currently I'm obviously doing this video on my iPhone Mini 13, which I think the picture quality is pretty good, but it's more just the bobbing up and down. Maybe I just need to buy a gimbal for this iPhone I'm using, but it'd be handy to have two recording devices, to be honest, because the memory is very low on this iPhone Mini 13. It's the one with the lowest memory, the lowest spec. Just have a very quick look down here, just see if that Nightingale's still singing. I very much doubt it will be by now. Would have probably stopped, be feeding now. I can already hear it's not singing. So they're very loud, nightingales, when they're doing full-on singing. Even when they're just sub-singing quietly, they're still loud. So it's just down there. But it's definitely not singing, it's probably still there somewhere. Plenty of places for sale in the Undercliff if anyone wishes to move here, if you're not already here. Lots of bees going for the honesty. And I think that's green alkanet, the blue stuff. May not be actually. And they're going for this as well. Some sort of sedum, I think. Linnet calling overhead. Penstemon, I think. Only infrequently visited by bees and that sort of thing. Looks like little Paxwood is up for sale. If only I had the money. Not sure what the story is behind this big house that was built. Doesn't appear to ever have been occupied. It's a shame because this is a wonderful piece of open ground just here before they built all over it. Love spring when all these wildflowers are coming into flower. So peaceful in the undercliff. Somebody in the comments will have to remind me what road this is. Is it Castle Court or... don't know. I used to know, but my brain is addled. It's all that cooking too many meals in the van with gas, I think. Eating away at my brain cells. Two carrion crows. Another area that's chock-a-block with red squirrels. They love this area of woodland. Then they love all of the undercliff. They're all over Ventnor Park as well, just very elusive there. Because it gets quite busy. Go there early in the morning at dawn and you'll see the red squirrels very easily. Ventnor Cricket Club. And these things coming into leaf are elm suckers. English elm. Dutch elm disease gets them before they can grow any taller than this. Okay, so according to this sign I was on Castle Close. Now we're coming to Steephill Court Road. And that's possibly one of the only roads I've not been up in, not one of, it may be the only road I've not been up in the undercliff. Castle Court. Just have to go up there one of these days, see what's up there. Lovely rock garden here. It's like basically like the Mediterranean here. These little gardens, I love these rocky outcrops. Green sand and wood chalk mixed in. No wonder the wall lizards love it here. Now I could go down that way, but I think I'm going to cut through Pelham Woods, go up along here. So I'm basically on the old railway track bed now, I think. Or at least this joins the old railway track bed. Not sure if this is part of it. Somebody in the comments section tell me. So this is a public footpath that goes into Pelham Woods. Somebody tell me who Pelham was, if you know. So we're definitely joining the old track bed now. So maybe I was on it earlier on. Now entering the nature reserve of Pelham Woods. So yeah, if you've seen the previous video that I uploaded earlier, it was I was woken up by a nightingale outside the window, singing incredibly loudly. It was very annoying. But yeah, do check out the previous video because it was actually quite cool. So I had a quick walk around Flowersbrook, which is roughly where I was when I was awoken. Got a lesser whitethroat as well, which was nice. Nice little birds migrating through. Both the nightingale and the lesser whitethroat were just stopping off to feed up before they carry on into suitable habitat to find their territories to bring up a family over the summer, so to speak. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel should you wish to do so, and like it. And there's a little thanks button now next to the dislike button, through which you can make a small donation to an individual video if you particularly liked it. But yeah. Oh, what's that calling? No, just a blackcap. It's quite as the sycamores come into leaf in this woodland, it gets very dank and shady. Sycamores are okay, but English oak is a much nicer, more wildlife rich tree species. Do like Pelham would say. A couple of great tits calling and answering each other. Teacher, teacher. And a blackcap in the distance. So if anyone's got a recommendation on video editing software, I use CapCut, which obviously is free. I can do that on my phone. What I'm thinking of investing in is a MacBook Air, and if I get one of those, then I can get slightly more sophisticated, but sort of energy hungry, not energy, but memory hungry software. I'm thinking of DaVinci Resolve, which is also free, but it enables you to edit down the audio, or gives you much more versatility in terms of editing the audio compared to lots of other video editing software. If anyone's used DaVinci Resolve, let me know, but I would need a more powerful machine to do that. You can't get it for the phone, or I think you can get it for iPad Pros, but really you need a proper computer or laptop to do editing with that kind of software. But that's the direction I'm thinking of going in. So getting a MacBook Air and DaVinci Resolve. But tell me what you think about the quality of the videos just using CapCut. Maybe I don't need to go all in. I think I probably will do though, because I want to try and make these videos a lot better. Tell me what you think about the frequent cuts like this. So basically I cut a chunk off there, or just stop recording, do it again. So the geeky people call that pattern interruption, which apparently keeps viewers engaged. I find it just irritating. But maybe not. Tell me what you think about me cutting the clip and then moving on a bit, then recording again. Pattern interruption. A couple of chiff chaffs here. having a bit of a punch up. There's a chiffchaff just in the bramble, just dived into cover actually, the other one was just over there. There's a raven calling in the background. Chiffchaff calling. Lots of woodpecker holes in that tree up there. Dead trees and dead wood in trees are just superb for things like woodpeckers and tree creepers. Ivy growing up trees is superb as well, so don't, whatever you do, cut through the ivy. It can overwhelm trees rarely, but generally speaking, you know, trees are perfectly well adapted to have ivy growing up them, and ivy does not. The tendrils are stickers, you know, they basically sticky, they have sticky pads which stick onto the bark of the tree. They don't actually grow into the tree bark, so they don't in any way take nutrients from the tree. So ivy does have a separate root system. That's how it gets its moisture and nutrients primarily. So the tendrils that it uses to cling to trees does absolutely no harm in themselves to the trees. They're not drawing nutrients, they're not kind of rooting into the tree. So, you know, ivy is a good thing from a wildlife point of view, so please don't cut it off trees. Here's a hazel. Someone's planted a horse chestnut, or sweet chestnut, one of the two, I don't know. Presumably to replace this one that's clearly been cut down. Still alive though, still sprouting. I'd much rather people planted English oak down here. Either sessile or pedunculate oak, whichever would be most appropriate. Rather than chestnuts, because chestnuts aren't native, whereas English oak is our English oak. That's what we really could do with in here. They're incredibly rare in the Undercliff, which is quite natural, so planting them is probably just meddling. But if you're going to plant anything, plant oak trees, English oak. Yellow archangel. Much appreciated by the bees this early in the spring. There's a bee over there. So I'm still in Pelham Woods, in the part I didn't record in my previous Pelham Woods video. I didn't intend to go this far on this walk. I'm still walking west, whereas Ventnor is east of where I am now. I'm kind of going into St Lawrence. But it's nice to walk beyond what you intended occasionally. I used to do these kind of walks all the time before I got the blooming van. Started living in and out, and I had two wheels and I just drove everywhere. Just silly, really. So I did actually manage to do some writing this morning in one of my books. And I'm hoping to get the next book out probably within about a month. So obviously I self-publish, which makes the whole process vastly quicker than if I had a publisher to do it, because with a publisher I'd have to hand in the finished manuscript. And then it would probably take them a year before they actually got it published, just because they're publishing hundreds of other people's books, so they have a schedule. They can't do it immediately, whereas I'm only dealing with my own books, which means I can do it much, much quicker. So once I've got a finished manuscript, roughly drafted, I then go through the editing process, which involves me self-editing. So I read through it multiple times, as many times as possible, on the screen of the mobile phone and the iPad mini, which I've got, and then I will read through it speaking, because talking the text is a good way of spotting missing words and that kind of stuff. Then I'll send it to a couple of friends who will do some editing for me, fresh pair of eyes. This is really line editing. I'm not really after people doing kind of content editing, which is looking at the content itself. I'm not writing novels, it's all non-fiction, so it's natural history. So I'm not really looking for people to edit the actual content. It's just the grammar and sentence kind of construction, that kind of stuff. All of which I obviously struggle with. So I'll get the manuscripts back, I'll make the changes, those that I think are worth changing, and then I will run it through Pro Writing Aid. I've got the free copy of that. It's a piece of software that writers use to edit their publications. And yeah, so I've only got the free version of Pro Writing Aid because it's not cheap, but eventually I'll invest in the paid version of Pro Writing Aid, which I think is a one-off cost, which is a far more sophisticated kind of professional piece of editing software, and that will really get the quality of my writing up, I think. So once I finish the editing, I'll then upload the manuscript, which will be in Microsoft Word sort of format, docx. Upload that to Draft to Digital, which is a really nice online platform. And on that platform I can get the book manuscript kind of formatted, both as an ebook, so an EPUB file, so people can read that on e-readers like Kindles and Kobo devices, that kind of stuff. And then I can also get it formatted as a paperback, and well, it's a printed version for paperback and hardcover publication. Once they're formatted in Draft to Digital using their free online formatting tool, I can then it's interesting, is that a bike rack? Yeah, that's cool. That's part of the coastal path. Yeah, I'll download it off of Draft to Digital as a EPUB file and as a PDF ready for printed versions, and then I'll initially upload those two sorts of files to Amazon, and after about 4 hours, I've missed a step. So before I upload onto Amazon, I'll go to Canva, which is another free piece of software, online browser-based piece of software, and on Canva I'll design my own book covers. Again, I do it myself. I wouldn't recommend anyone designs their own book covers unless they're a professional book cover designer, because it's a whole profession in itself. But I do it myself because I can't afford to commission a book cover designer at the moment. So I do that in Canva, free piece of graphic design software. Then I'll download the book covers from Canva, and then I'll upload those alongside the EPUB file and PDF file onto Amazon, and after between 4 and 36 hours, it's usually a shorter period of time, so it's usually 4 hours or just a bit over that. After that period of time, the books will be up for sale on Amazon. That's a start. And then after that, I'll go back to Draft to Digital, and I'll use them to distribute the book widely, much more widely, so to libraries and other online bookstores like Barnes & Noble and Waterstones, Ottakar's, if they still exist. I don't think they do, but they may do. Don't want to get sued. And you know, all of the online bookstores basically. And then bookshops can order a copy of the printed versions of the book, hardcover and paperback. And we're off to the races, as they say, as the Americans say, which is great. What I'm aiming to do is to build up a big back catalogue. So I think by the end of this year I'll have 15 books published. Currently got 7 very short books. I do tend to write very short books. So 15 by the end of 2024. Hopefully 20 books published by the end of 2025, and that should generate a reasonable small side income to sit alongside the small amount of money I'm currently getting from Google AdSense for the very irritating adverts that they stick on my videos on YouTube. I apologise for that, but it does give me a small amount of well, they basically share the revenue they get from the adverts, and that small amount of revenue is one stream of income I get via revenue share with Google AdSense. I've got little affiliate links in my videos descriptions, which people click on those affiliate links, they go to Amazon, and if they purchase something having clicked on my affiliate link, then I get a very tiny commission from Amazon. Doesn't cost you anymore, but I get a very tiny commission, and it really is tiny, so it can't have amounted to more than £5 over the last year or so. So affiliate marketing in that sense really doesn't work for my kind of channel, but it's there anyway. And I'm going to create some courses, some online courses, which will be another little stream of income, hopefully. So I quite like creating videos, as you probably noticed. And I'm going to create a few courses. I'll do another video about the sorts of courses I'm thinking of creating, but not here and now. So what I'm going to do here and now is drop down onto the coastal path. St Lawrence is obviously that way. Definitely recommend staying there if you've not already done so, or if you want to stay in the Undercliff. There's their email address. Phone number. Really, really good place for camper vans and camping and self-catering accommodation. Really, really lovely down there. Lovely old barn here. This is the little stream, the little seepage where all the birds come down to have a bath. Nothing down here. I've just scanned here for a bit, but there's nothing here. So just walking through. Goldfinches love this in particular. Good section of wall to check for wall lizards. Lots of them along here. So I forgot to mention the other kind of little stream of income amongst my multiple streams of income is buymeacoffee.com, which is, yeah, people are being very kind on there. Really, really appreciate the support. But, yeah, that's really helping at the moment. No hoopoes on the green. Little pitch and putt thingy. Woody head over there in the distance. Bit of a breeze here, so hopefully you can still hear me. Now walking back east along the coastal path towards Ventnor via Steephill Cove and Castle Cove, I think. See if I can cut through the old path that used to go down here through the vineyard. There's some steps at the bottom here which I think have been closed. Great little sunny spot for adders this is. Do love adders. Chiff chaff singing. Lots of bracken, so it must be a bit more acidic on the green sand, presumably, or galt clay. Periwinkle. Don't do what I'm about to do. Honestly, can see no reason why these steps have been closed. They haven't moved at all. I mean, they're as sound as they've ever been. They're just very steep. There's Ventnor Botanical Gardens. The video I uploaded about that place attracted mixed comments. Mostly fairly negative about the current, not really the current management, but the fact that it used to be owned by the council, well, it still is owned by the council, but as far as I know, they've leased it to a organisation. It used to be basically a freely accessible public park, stroke botanic gardens, but now it's a charity that runs it, and people aren't impressed by by some of that. I think it's fine personally, but you know. Steephill Cove. With Ventnor Bay in the distance. Ventnor Cricket Club. Yeah. Definitely has a feel of the Isles of Scilly here. Little cove on St Martin's or St Mary's or somewhere thereabouts. This is Castle Cove and Ventnor Bay over in the distance. Let's go up this way, I think. Cut along the top path. Brilliant spot to see Glanville Fritillaries, this is. Absolutely chock-a-block with them. Well, it should be on the wing May, I guess. Chaffinch singing, which is nice to hear. Just going to go up onto Undercliff Drive because I think the Nightingale is still here singing. Let's go down here a bit and have a look. Yep, still singing away. Well, the Nightingale stopped. It's still there, but I'm going to give up on that, I think, because I need to get back to Ventnor Bay. Bit breezy here. Hopefully not too breezy. Right, too many people in Ventnor Park to do recordings, so I'm just going to walk along Park Avenue instead. It's old memorial. So I hope you've enjoyed following me on this particular walk. Do let me know in the comments section. I need coffee. Going to go down to Bestie and Spinky's, I think, and get a coffee. And yeah, do check out the Nightingale video for Flowers Brook, which I uploaded earlier this morning. And I'll see you at the next video.